Okay, so Mike Huckabee, I absolutely hate this man. He comes from my neck of the woods. Well, I shouldn't say he's from my neck of the woods because I've been a Utah adopted person for, oh my God, like 24 years. So yeah, I'm from Utah. I've lived here longer than anywhere else. But I still think about all the friends and family that I have living in Arkansas and how Mike Huckabee was like the voice of these, not the voice of them, because they disagreed with a lot of the shit that he said, but he represented them. I guess that'd be like how people judge everybody here in Utah based on Jason Chaffetz, but thankfully they don't. Okay, so he's going to be talking to us about the Supreme Court of the United States and how the Obergefell decision, you'll have to hear it. And he jumps right into it. So I apologize if it's kind of jarring, but here we go.
What we now have is not a nation of law. We have a nation that is governed by 5 unelected, black-robed lawyers.
Why did he have to emphasize the black there? I wonder. The black-robed. It's not like the Riders of Nazgul, you know?
They're Sith.
Okay, so I guess what he's trying to say, and I've only given him 11 seconds to talk here. He wants to say that the Supreme Court has been ruling the country because, you know, their job is to interpret laws that have been passed, you know, not make laws. And that's not what they did with the Obergefell decision that they're talking about here. But, you know, leave it to the right wing to think that, okay, he said 5 unelected people because the 5 were in the against, you know, or no, I should say pro marriage equality, as opposed to the 4 that were against it. And so he's got more to say about that. Here we go.
Think about this. This wasn't even a unanimous decision of the court. It was a sharply divided decision.
And then a guy died.
Unelected lawyers invalidated the votes of tens of millions of Americans, 34 states, and the will of many people, and in a single moment decided that they were going to redefine marriage. Now, what's most remarkable
is that music in the background. Fuck me. I picked this clip out the other day and I was like, oh, this is a good clip. And then I didn't realize the background music was there because I work in an area where people play music. And so it's like, I didn't hear that. So, but he wants to say that for some reason it might be okay to legislate, you know, bigotry based on how many votes it gets. That's not how we do things, man. It doesn't matter how fucking popular killing Jews might have been during World War II. It was still the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, this isn't a straight democracy. It's
a constitutional republic.
And balances here.
And there's a reason
why that law sucks.
we have a lot of people within the judicial department because that's their job, is to check the other 2 groups out. They're like, yeah, you can't do that. That's against the law. Yeah, you can't do that. That's violating everybody else's amendments. I mean, not amendments. What is it? Rights based on these amendments that we have in the laws. It's just,
but it's icky.
It's gross. It's like, why are you thinking about 2 dudes plowing each other? What the fuck do you care? It's like, well, why do you care about 2 ladies scissoring or doing whatever they're doing? It's like, that doesn't fucking matter to you, Mike. What, like, but of course he's going to tie it up in a nice, pretty God bow here in a minute.
I'll try to keep this short, but I'm passionate about this because it goes to the heart of why our country's falling apart. It's not about same-sex marriage so much as it is the process. By their circumventing the process of this being decided by the people, they decided that it was what they should have done and what the people should have thought. What the real sin of this was that there's not a word in the Constitution about marriage. Nothing. The Constitution of the United States has not one word that defines marriage, says what marriage is or should be. And the 10th Amendment says if it's not in the Constitution, it's left to the states.
Does the Constitution have anything about like radio waves and computers and like child pornography and all these other things that, you know, we allow the Supreme Court to rule upon? I'm just checking here. I honestly think no, but what do I know? Maybe Ben Franklin was into some kinky shit back then. Who knows? Actually, more than likely, yeah, he was into really some kinky shit. I'm not talking about cheese pizza. No, we're not talking about that.
So for all of us who believe that the 10th Amendment was that one last fence that kept the federal government from getting too big for its britches, suddenly the federal government busted out of its britches in a huge way and said, there is no
That's funny as hell.
We can do whatever we doggone well want to. And we don't have to have language. We don't have to have words. We don't have to have boundaries or parameters. We are God. Now, I know that they didn't say it in that term, but Tom, what they basically said in June of 2015 was, we are God.
He's talking about, Constitution, laws being, judged by the judicial branch, and states' rights and all this other shit. What happened is they were like, we want to get gay married. Sorry, you can't get gay married. Okay, I'm going to take this up to the next court. Can we get gay married? No, you can't get gay married. Okay, we're going to take this to the Supreme Court. Can we get gay married? Why not? And then they were allowed to get gay married across the United States. So if you want to be mad at somebody, Mike, be mad at Utah for taking the shit to the Supreme Court. You could have kept it as a states' rights kind of thing, but no. You guys had to keep fighting it and making it a constitutional amendment and everything. And it's a Utah constitutional. That was the Prop 3 from oh my God, that was 2001 or some shit like that. That's back when that lab rat guy was still walking around doing the whole anti-smoking commercials. People here in Utah might remember that guy. Lab rat 42. I don't remember.
I remember that.
That's a long time ago, man.
On the park benches and stuff.
And I don't ever recall anybody. There's the people that voted that were in the affirmative for this. Most of them are very religious folks. I believe you had Sotomayor, you had Kagan, you had Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and you had Roberts, and I can't remember who the other one was, but all of these people are very deeply rooted in religion, whether it be Catholicism or Judaism or whatever it is. But here's the big difference here, Mike. They actually give a shit how people feel as Americans in this country, how they're treated, Has nothing to do.
Yeah, they gotta look past their own personal feelings on the matter and
feelings, yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, I'm may not be into it, but hey, it's their right to do what they want.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
man. And he has another minute, but I'm honestly not going to give it to him because he's pretty much said all he needs to say here is just I'm a bigot, and I wish we could go back to being a bigot. That's what being America great would be, is being bigots everywhere. And if Trump is not
busting out of our britches,
in a big way, and be like
crazy.
Yeah, I think I've checked I've got a bunch of porn stores around me here. I think I can go check if that one's on the wall there somewhere. Wait a minute, people still wait. I joke about that because I honestly think about it, who actually buys porn anymore? You don't really need to. Man, so but I do want to bring up, because I just thought of this funny non sequitur here, because I saw a bunch of people. I got this from Gay Star News earlier today, and there's a fun article. Fun for me because I think it's funny as shit, where it says gay porn studio under fire for using didgeridoo as a dildo. And they're saying that it's cultural appropriation because they're using a didgeridoo as a dildo. It's ridiculous.
Those are huge.
It's huge. And so I could just imagine that poor guy that's just being left gaping after that. Just ugh.
Oh yeah, I served my mission in Australia.
They're big.
And it was like, oh, that just, yeah, that makes me hurt just thinking about it.
I've had more than one colonoscopy, and I can only imagine something of that diameter.
Oh yeah, yeah, same.
Oh my God. Yeah, deep into the blueberries there.
galaxy.